It feels fantastic seeing Bitcoin flying today. And if you haven't seen the chart, I mean, the chart is looking absolutely beautiful. As you can see here, we have this huge green candle today. We're going to go over why this is happening. And we've been talking about buying altcoins on this channel for the last couple of months. And it really did feel like, okay, everyone was saying it's not the time to buy. We're probably going to go lower. The sentiment was all in the stock market. But right now, I think you can't afford to be sidelined. If you want to make it this bull run, if you want to be a part of whatever happens next with Bitcoin and altcoins, I think you have to be positioned currently. So I'm going to go over the tokens that obviously are moving today, but some that I think are still at good entry levels, despite Bitcoin putting in this candle, guys. So like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more. If you're new here on In the Money, we go over every single Monday through Friday, everything you need to win across the crypto industry, prediction markets, and more. So like and subscribe below. And a big shout out to our new exchange sponsor here on the channel, which is BitBase. BitBase is one of the largest exchanges in the world. They're up and coming, no KYC. You can trade from anywhere. I don't have to pop on a VPN or do something like that, like a lot of these exchanges require you. They have hundreds of pairs, and you can sign up down below and unlock up to $20,000 in USD rewards in your account for hitting trading milestones. So if you need a place to trade, centralized exchange, no KYC, check out BitBase down below. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So why did this happen? That's first and foremost. We finally see Bitcoin moving. Right now, we're at $68,791. Bitcoin surges to 69K as $1.1 billion in crypto shorts were liquidated in just 60 minutes. So this had a little bit of a short squeeze aspect to it. But on top of that, the US is doubling its purchase of its own debt. This effectively means that they are issuing debt and then printing money to buy it back. So the money printer is potentially turned back on from the US's side. And Bitcoin's been coiling for 81 days in this range. That is a painful chart to look at. And this is what we've been going through in crypto for quite some time. It did feel like Bitcoin was at 62, 63K for months, right? So 81 days, it coiled in this range. And now we're finally seeing a big breakout from liquidity, liquidations, and of course, the US turning back on a little bit of the money printer. On top of that, we're seeing some good developments on the back end. We see Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken, and Chainlink executives are attending the White House today for a crypto summit. Hopefully, this is moving towards the Clarity Act, which I think would really start to send the crypto industry vertically to the upside. Crypto God John, I agree with this. The next bull run can change your life forever, but you're not going to do this by chasing the pumps. So when you look across the board right now, we can take a look at some of the altcoins that we call out on this channel all the time. We have Hyperliquid up 10% and up 7% on the day, back at $62. This is always a leader. Regardless, Hyperliquid leads the charge, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Let's just go pull up the hype chart here on BitBase, and we will see what exactly is happening on this chart. But the one thing you have to remember is these liquidations, the amount of people that are going to be going into perps, trying to trade leverage when the market is going up. This is going to cause the Hyperliquid chart to do exactly this. You're simply going to see upward momentum from the #1 perps dex in the space. You see the momentum on the chart trending back upwards as far as TVL and volume. You can see their perp dex volume over the last 30 days is $177 billion. That number will double if Bitcoin even moves to 100K over the course of 6 to 12 months, whatever the case is. So hype will always be a category leader for that purpose alone. Moving on down, we also see coins like Pump, which recently with this meme coin resurgence, I think pump.fun has become a token that you have to have your hands on. Pump.fun is up 11% on the 7 days and up 10% on the 24-hour chart. Just yesterday, they actually announced 0% fees on trading Solana tokens. They're really trying to compete with FOMO. And honestly, I have to say, the pump.fun app is really smooth. I'm going to be doing some tutorials on that in some coming up videos. And then last but not least, we have Venice up 22% on the 7-day charts. Not really moving today because the move already kind of had occurred yesterday. But I get some comments and people are like, of course, these are not the 3 tokens that I would say to buy today. But we talk about these tokens, whether they're up or down, pump or not. And what the message of today's video is you have to have some exposure to this market. We don't know if it's the bottom. The bottom could have already been put in for this cycle. Nobody knows. Even CZ himself, the puppet master behind Binance, said, look, you can be sidelined or you could try to time the bottom. But if you look on a time horizon from here to the next 2 years, I think there's so much opportunity, and there's so much opportunity cost not having money in the top altcoins. So we see today the stuff that's moving. Venice is up 20%. Very nice move. Obviously, we got in at $8 here on this channel. We have Hyperliquid. My entry on Hyperliquid is $27, but I still buy. So I want to make that message clear. I still DCA on dips. When that thing went down to $54, I was adding to my position because I have so much conviction in the top player in the entire industry whenever it comes to perp dexes and basically altcoins. I think Hyperliquid is the strongest altcoin of anything in the market. We also see Zcash up 14% on the 7 days. So if you miss these, if for some reason you were looking at the market and you were saying, hey, I think we're going to go lower. I think that I can get a better entry on these, certain tokens, whatever the case is. I completely understand. This market is meant to mess with your psyche. It's meant to throw you off. It's meant to have you FOMOing. Like, markets do this. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a prediction market, a stock market, Forex, commodities trading. They all do the same thing. And when it starts to move without you, it doesn't feel great. Everyone's been there. A token leaves the station and you have no exposure. Okay. So what I would do today is don't go buy the green charts. A lot of people make the mistakes in euphoric days like this. Like, oh man, I should have bought this at 55 a couple weeks ago. Now it's moving without me. I should just buy now. I don't think that that's the case. And if you're really feeling FOMO like that, take a position, whether you are going to, let's just say you want to put $1,000 in a token, but it's moving today. Maybe only put $250 into that token, 25%. And then if it dips again, you can DCA with that full stack of capital. That's what I would recommend if you're feeling that FOMO, if you feel underexposed to some of these coins. But I think there's a couple clear narratives and tokens that haven't really left the station yet. Number one, Bittensor. So Bittensor still at 198. And with Venice's recent move, and we're starting to see near protocol on the move as well. These 2 AI coins are actually the ones that I would be looking at right now for positions. So you see Bittensor's chart over the course of this year. It had a little bit of a run here back in October up to 500. It had a run here up to almost $400 in March. We had a little subnet FUD and drama. I think that this is bottoming out. I mean, we've been looking at these prices, 197, 200, etc., for the last 2 months, basically, since June. I think that this thing's getting ready for a big breakout to the upside. It's only up 3% today. So I think under $200, Bittensor's a great play. And if you're wondering what's going on in this ecosystem, the subnets are having a bull run at all times. You have stuff that's up 300, 280, 230, 200, 150% on the monthly charts in this ecosystem. So Bittensor is thriving, in the actual trenches of the ecosystem. And I think that under 200 is still a great entry point. So if you want that AI exposure, you want to top up, maybe get exposure to something that hasn't moved a ton yet, this would definitely be my top recommendation, because I wouldn't go buy the 10% plus altcoin pumps today. That's just not what I would do. I'd be looking at the stuff that you have conviction in, but isn't moving as hard as those tokens today. You see stuff like Near Protocol up 4%. These are the types of coins that during the movement up, they're going to slow grind. And then all at once, it's going to happen just like you're seeing with Zcash, pump.fun, Hype, etc. They're going to make major moves, but some of these, the liquidity just needs to filter down into these tokens. And then last but not least, another one I'd be looking at potentially is Lighter. Lighter is the official perps dex provider of Robinhood. If you are fading Robinhood, in general, as a business, I think that that's probably not a good idea. Robinhood is an absolute giant in the finance space. This one's only at 4% today. And if we look at this monthly chart, it is up 11%. But I still believe at this market cap, and they're literally the perps partner for Robinhood, this could be a good honorable mention token alongside Tau and Near Protocol to potentially DCA today that might have some catch-up trades if this Bitcoin momentum does continue, guys. So that's what I'm looking at in the market right now. It's really nice to just see the altcoins we have been buying moving. Okay. Like I literally tweeted that, like, it feels great that we bought these lows on a lot of these coins, you know, whether it was Venice at $8, that wasn't really a low. It was already moving at that time, but that trade played out very well for us. Buying more hype in the 50s, buying Zcash under 500, buying pump even last week is rewarding. Like, even if you just get into pump, I think that this one has so much growth ahead of it. So buying quality alts when everyone thinks it's stupid or is crazy or is going to call you an idiot, that is the time to be doing it. And right now, if you're going to buy altcoins today, I would look at the three that I highlighted that are still strong, have every narrative going for them, but the charts aren't quite moving just yet, guys. So like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more. It just feels good to have a little bit of euphoria in this market. We know how crypto goes. They might manipulate us. They might try to, you know, get us all euphoric just to dump, but we'll see what happens. I am extremely excited for the rest of 2026 regardless. I think the next 4 months are going to be the best time we've had in crypto in quite some time. So let's take full advantage of that here on In the Money. Like the video down below, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. As always, trade responsibly, my friends, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.